So whether you've moved abroad and are transitioning to the next role like I did, or if you're considering moving abroad, then this could be the video for you. Hi travellers, I'm Anne's daughter Laliko, putting up videos every week helping enhance your travel adventures. So as many of you know, I choose to live and work abroad, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Now being here in Australia, I did have to do some budgeting so that I could afford to live here. Australia is rather expensive. Yes, while the salaries may reflect that in some way, still, initially coming here, it's pricey. If you see my video on reverse financial culture shock, I'll go into more detail there. You'll find the link in the description box below. Now, of course, contracts don't usually align. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could just go from one contract to the next contract to the next, and everything went all well and good? Unfortunately, that's not always the case. I was super lucky in this instance where it did. I actually had a week break. Woohoo! It wasn't even 7 days though, from leaving China to starting my new role here in Australia. I knew my contract was ending and I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to re-sign in China. I had already adjusted my budget to start having more savings towards wherever I was going to go, because even if you're moving abroad to some other role in some other country, there's visa fees, there's all sorts of things that can come up. It's nicer to be prepared. One could tap into their emergency fund at a scenario like this, and if you follow the Dave Ramseys of this world, or even Susie Orman, then they will tell you how important it is to have an emergency fund. And I guess this is where one could draw upon it. It does mean that you would need to restock it again once you've found your next role. Please check out my video on paying myself back. I'll link that in the description box below. As much as you can put away, it seems to never be enough. At the moment, just having moved to Australia recently, I feel like I'm just bleeding money. I just can't seem to keep it in my hands. I'm very fortunate that in Australia they often pay fortnightly rather than monthly, because otherwise it would be a long month. But still, I'm having to tell my money where to go. It's already spoken for as I'm waiting for this first pay. I'm not waiting and going, oh yay, now I can spend. No, it's already accounted for and goes into paying myself back. How much should you budget? How long is a piece of string? How high are your living expenses? Whatever amount, one could say it's never going to be enough, and that will apply for this country but not this country. If you're walking into a role like how I prefer to do it, then it can be a different scenario, or if you're just moving there and then you'll find something, again, that's going to require more of a buffer. There's no easy answer, but basically whatever you can manage. This would be, if you're thinking about moving abroad, this would be a time where you could take on those side hustles, whether it's taking on a second job, whether, and dare I say it, moving back in with your parents, something to cut down your expenses so that you can put more of your current pay away for this magical moving abroad time. But whatever you can manage, that's what you should have. I guess, and it's your peace of mind. What is going to let you sleep at night? How much? You know, I always like to have a little buffer. You've seen in my packing videos, I'll link that in the description box below, that I carry a little cash with me because that's what makes me feel comfortable. And I wonder if you're the same as well. It's never going to be enough. I guess that's really the bottom line. It's not going to be enough. One way is, if you're moving to start a new role, how long is it going to be? You can ask your recruiter or whoever you've been talking to in regards to the you starting there, when is the first pay period? And then you can almost work backwards from there, going, okay, even if I have to live really really tight until that first pay period, knowing how long it is, I think that really helps you. If you don't have a job to walk into, then why are you not applying? Stop watching this and start applying for roles. Because it's so much nicer to know, oh, I'm going to be doing this, rather than waiting until you get there. And I guess I'm speaking to those of you that do working holiday visas. You can apply from home. There's nothing stopping you. If you have an address of, I don't know, some relative or something that you can just fudge in your CV for the meantime, put it in. You know, so what if your phone number is still your one from at home? If they want you, they will do some form of a Skype interview. They'll do something else to get you. So don't feel limited by like, oh, I'm not actually there yet. Start now. But yes, whatever safety net you need, have some sort of a buffer. You certainly don't want to be showing up somewhere with $50 in your pocket. And you don't want to have to go into debt to move abroad either, because then you're forever paying yourself back, and not even yourself, somebody else. I don't think it's worth that financial stress. Go through your budget line by line, going, what don't I need? What can I do without for a month? Probably the easiest way, even though it doesn't sound easy. Like, what? You want me to do without what now? But because you're dreaming of a different life, you're wanting to do something else. What you've got at the moment isn't working for whatever reason, and you want to try something different. Fantastic. Go for it. But remembering some countries do only pay monthly, and I guess I'm saying that to my audience in Australia and New Zealand, where we get paid fortnightly. Some people get paid weekly. A month for me is a really long time to wait. Fortunately, there is no answer. It's how much you think that you need that's going to make you feel comfortable. Good luck.